Hello, hello, welcome in. It should be roughly around Tuesday, November 3rd. Some days we flip pages, so it should be right around that day. The first thing you need to do right here, right now, before you do anything else or even watch any more of this video, is to take this poll, this mineral poll right here. Okay, what does the word mineral mean to you? And there's a couple choices there, and really it just all is going to depend on how you have thought about that mineral. So take a moment, take that poll, and then come back. I'll wait. Okay, I'm glad you're back. Here we go. Today we are going to talk minerals. So Miss Anderson has been teaching you about Earth's layers. We've been working a lot with that. You should have taken your quiz. Today we are going to start the next journey into our earth sciences, and that is identifying minerals. And what is a mineral, and how is that mineral a little bit different than a rock? Because they sometimes are a little bit confused. So take a moment after I'm done teaching and go ahead and watch Geology Kitchen. It's right here. What is a mineral? He's going to pretty much go back through everything I'm going to tell you, but it's always nice to hear it in a little bit different format, in a little bit different way. Okay. But today we're talking what is a mineral. You're going to do some reading in your e-text. I'm going to show you how to get there here in a minute. But before we get there, remember minerals, or maybe not even remember, but minerals are naturally occurring. Okay, so they form on their own in nature with no help from us. They have to be a solid. Got my little cheat sheet notes here. They have to be a solid. They can't be a liquid. So, like water is not a mineral. They formed by an inorganic process. Organic means that it is all natural, or it was alive at one point. It was alive at one point. And inorganic means that it's coming from non-living substances. Okay, so our fossil fuels are organic. They come from dead plants or dinosaur bones or things along that line. So when you think of coal or petroleum or things along that line, those are organic in nature. It came from something alive. Minerals are inorganic, meaning that none of these things that make up these minerals were ever alive at one point in time. Okay. They have to have a definite chemical composition. So you're going to learn a little bit more about chemical compositions and formulas and all that stuff in 8th grade, but they have a definite chemical makeup. Okay, we can test it and we can say this is this chemical makeup. And they have a crystal structure. So here with me right now, I have a cup, and you can see it's like a white material, and inside it is actually Epsom salt. Epsom salt is a mineral. Okay, it's going to be hard to see here, but you can see it's a little tiny speck there on my screen. But Epsom salt is magnesium sulfate with a couple other things, but it definitely is solid. Okay, it's solid in nature. It definitely has a crystal structure. It is inorganic and it has that chemical composition. So Epsom salt, the stuff that you might put in to soak an ankle that is swollen, or some people put it in their bathtubs just to soak and use it as a detoxifying kind of thing. It really is just a mineral, and it can be mined, but most of the stuff that we use now is made in a laboratory, but it is naturally occurring in nature. And in fact, it came from England in the 1700s, is when they first discovered that. So Epsom salt, your normal table salt, um, minerals. We eat them, we use them every day, and that's kind of where we're going to start. So today's focus, after you watch the Geology Kitchen, you are going to read your e-text. And remember, you get to your e-text through Clever. So you have to go over to Clever. You're going to scroll down to Science unless you have it bookmarked. And you're going to go right here to Pearson EasyBridge. Remember, you never, ever, ever, ever click on that text that's on the right-hand side. That will lead you to a loading abyss. It's just going to sit there and load. It will never load for you. But go under your assignments, click on the e-text that is there, and you are going to read about minerals. And while you are reading your e-text today and learning about what makes up a mineral and all the properties and how we identify them and what their uses are, all of that good front-loading stuff that we're going to use later on in labs and activities, you're going to take this note sheet on Kami and you're going to record it for me. It's nicely laid out and organized. Hopefully, maybe it'll load. Oh, there it goes. All right, so while you read, you are going to fill this in. And I will tell you right here, these headings are going to be important because those headings line up with, oh, I didn't load it, the headings in your book. So let's go look at the book and I will show you what I mean. I'm going to grab it, hopefully, if it's going to cooperate. Oh no, it signed me out. Okay, maybe it's not going to cooperate. But here we go. These do go along with the headings in your book. So if it's a red on here, it's a red in your book. But you've got a box for definitions. If there's any important words you need to know, you're going to define them. So define each word. And then here, the properties of minerals. There are five properties that make up a mineral, and you're going to record them there. Okay. The heading here is kind of that tealish greenish color. And in each box, you're going to describe the property of a mineral. It's going to be on the image on that screen or on that page. But what does it mean when we look at color? Ooh, excuse me. At luster, at the density, at the cleavage and fracture. Or what are some other special properties we might look at? Okay, so you're going to fill that in. Here, explain how minerals form from each of the processes listed below. Organic materials, minerals from solution, and then the crystallization. There is a couple, again, it's just a page, go through, just kind of summarize it up. Explain to me how those work. Minerals from magma and lava. Okay, two-sentence summary, a short two-sentence summary about how minerals form from magma and lava and how the heat correlates with that crystal structure. That will be something that's important later on. Hint, hint, quiz question. Okay, your reading check is right there. So explain or answer your reading check. Again, altered minerals, two-sentence summary to show how diamonds form. How is a diamond, like graphite, what you write with, and a diamond are pretty much the same thing. It's just a slightly different process that makes them. So how are those different? And then you're going to model it. You're going to draw a diagram that shows me how a diamond is formed. So draw it out. Go through there. And then distribution, again, ores is the keyword there. And then what processes in our Earth's surface distribute our minerals. They're not all the same. Like we can't just go dig out in our soil here and find gold or nickel or diamonds or any other type of substance out there. So what process kind of distributes those? I know it's a little bit a lot today. It'll be okay. Take your time, fill it in, and when you're done, we always do that note check. So submit those when you're finished. Enjoy reading.